Okay, you saw the title, and it probably intrigued you because it sure as heck intrigued me when Father dropped it on me. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, you got to understand the context. I got to give you the context, okay? But I also want you to have context on who I am, right? Or let's say who Father has made me to be. I am an individual that has multi-dimensional discernment. What? Isn't discernment multi-dimensional? Anyway, so Father will give me a revelation because he exists outside of time, right? He's not bound by time. Father will give me a revelation in about 0.3 of a second, like 0.3 to 0.5 seconds. But it'll take me like 3-5 minutes to explain. Very wild. So just stick with me, okay? It'll make sense. So out of nowhere, I was thinking about, I wouldn't even listen to the song. I was thinking about this song, Dirty Water by Lecrae.
Must be a thief, she locked the doors when I was walking by.
Josiah, you're gonna appreciate this because he's a stan Lecrae fan. So I'm listening to Dirty Water. I'm not even listening to it. It just popped in my mind. It was like, must be a thief, she locked the door when I was walking by. Now context, this verse, they talking about, I'm gonna actually say the verse for you too with all the spunk that he gave it, right? He said, worthless, 400 years on slave ships. My king was treated less than men. That's why we taught to hate each other, because we hate our skin. Lies you was told about yourself that you won't realize. Like, what? Must be a thief, she locked the door when I was walking by. Now, I might have the lyrics up here for y'all. I don't know how the whole copyright thing works. Hopefully I can do that. So my thought process was, all of a sudden I was in a court, right? I was in a court / there was somebody playing devil's advocate for this Karen that, no, she didn't lock the door because it was a black man walking in her neighborhood. She locked the door because she had just finished grabbing all her groceries from the car. And as she was walking by, it just so happens that as he was walking by, she went to go lock the door. Had nothing to do with racial tension, had nothing to do with his skin color. It was just in his head. And I was just like, you know, that'd be an excellent defense. And I was like, this person, this devil's advocate, funny enough, we call him devil's advocate. It's all gonna make sense when I give you the full revelation. And keep in mind, this is all, like, this is like this. Like, you might see me stare, and then I've got up everything that I'm about to tell you, right? Okay. This person could now play devil's advocate, and this person could gaslight Lecrae into thinking that, no, it's just in your head. This person isn't racist towards you, or da-da-da-da. And I was just like, this person could get gaslighted out of what he knows. And I was just thinking, I was like, bro, who does this sound like? Let's take it back to Garden of Eden. Did God really say that you can't bite from this fruit? I was like, bruh, he's been gaslighting since the beginning of time. Are you serious, bruh? So now think about it. Let's say you've been called into something, some position, some field, blah, 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 and it defies circumstances. Like you're, let's take it from me. I'm 20 years old. 20 years old and I'm running a company. I'm running a company for the 40-year-old, like 30 to 40-year-olds, whatever. I'm clearly, by circumstance definition, I'm clearly unqualified, right, for the position. But the only qualification is to call in. So if Father put me here, it's because I'm qualified to be here. Feel me? Now, I could be having thoughts that's like, am I really qualified to be here? Or am I just here just to know that there's still work that I have to do on myself before I'm able to come into big fields like this? Or you're about to make a move and now all of a sudden you're questioning the move. Like, is my purpose really that fine-tuned? Like, maybe I'm not ready yet. Maybe. And now imagine, right, there was supposed to be some kind of deal that I was supposed to encounter on my 7th operation in the business. And it was going to be on this meet that I found this newfound confidence because I closed the deal, and I did it through trial and error, but I learned and I closed the deal. And then there was this newfound confidence, and then I later on became a billionaire. But it never would have happened if I had not gone through that 7th operation from those 6 failures, right? But if I would have just listened to the voice, Satan, if I would just listen to the gaslighter, he taught me out of $1 billion blessing. Now, I'm just talking about monetary standpoint, but now think about it. Father has called you to do something. It probably scares you. You probably feel like you're not qualified to do it. Blah, 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 blah. And then there's just that little voice that's just like, maybe. And you think it's you. Maybe I'm not cut out for that. Who told you that? Go back to Genesis 3:10. When, oh my goodness, he was gaslighting even in the garden. Even after the sin, he was gaslighting. Through sin and shame. Pete, Genesis 3:10. Matter of fact, I'll grab mine. Give me 1 second. Okay, boom, let's get it. So we'll start from 9. It says, but the Lord called to the man, where are you? I want to say how I think Father's voice sounds. Where are you? He answered, I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid. You know, the first thing that he spun back with? Who told you that you were naked? Because I didn't. As in, what makes you think that because you're naked, that's a bad thing? Where did you get this connotation that being naked is a bad thing? Where did you get this connotation that this way that I made you is bad? Because I didn't tell you that. Who told you you're a failure? I didn't tell you that. Who told you you're worthless? I didn't tell you that. Who told you you're not cut out for this? I didn't tell you that. You know who did? Your adversary. So if we don't know what he says about us in here, we'll listen to what a boy has to say about us in here, and we get gaslighted out of a blessing. Boy. Now, keep in mind, this was all, I kid you not, all of that was in like 3 seconds. I was thinking about the song Dirty Water, and then all that transpired, and I was like,
the prophecy is true.
if it was cinema, that's how it would look. That's how I would look if I'm getting a revelation. If this was like cinema, like Doctor Strange in Infinity War. Okay, which also means that if Satan is the gaslighter, then that means that people that gaslight, that live a lifestyle of gaslighting, are Satan's children. Because it's cute and it's funny to gaslight and be toxic, right? That's the thing now. I was on TikTok. I know. Oh my God, it's just so toxic. Got songs about it, just worshiping this. Who they really worshiping for real? Now, you might come to a gaslighter and be like, you're a child of Satan. And they be like, what? And just because they're not saying somebody's name does not mean they don't worship them. Please be mindful of that. People worship Jesus all the time. They just don't say his name. Perfect example. Let me show you somebody who worships Jesus. The guy that says, I didn't ask you if you had the money. In the drive-thru, in the McDonald's drive-thru, I didn't ask you if you had the money. I asked you what you want to eat. That person right there, through that moment, worship Jesus. He didn't say Jesus' name not one time. To be able to make a sacrificial play and you be worrying about somebody else more than yourself. Who did that? Jesus. When he died for us and we told him, hey, we don't deserve this. What did he do when he was on that cross? Was grace and mercy about anything that we deserved? The same way where we say, I don't have the money for this. Actually, let me give context. There's this meme, I think it was like from King Bash or whatever, and he was like, when you have that one like selfless friend, he's in a car or whatever, and he's like at the McDonald's drive-thru was ordering, and he's like, oh, I'm broke, I don't get paid, so blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what do you want? He's like, sorry, man, I ain't got no money. He's like, I didn't ask you if you had any money. I asked you, what do you want? And now the dude is crying like that. You're such a real friend, man. Jesus. You know, the first words that left my lips when I found out what he did for me on the cross, like the full revelation of it. 1, you paid for the spiritual penalty of my sin. Then 2, you accredited everything that you did while you was walking on this planet to my name. And you saw me not as a servant, but now you've labeled me as an equal, co-heir with you to share in the glory that I did nothing to earn. No, the first thing that left my lips, I don't deserve this. No, the first thing he spun back, it's already done. Like now, imagine I'm getting the food, right? Let's take it back to the drive-thru thing. Imagine I'm getting the food, I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I'm like, bro, I don't know how I could repay you. I don't deserve this. And he's like, bro, what are you doing all this talking for? Eat. I already paid for the food. Like the food is in your hand. Just eat. I didn't ask if you could pay me back. Da, da, da. Like, I don't care about none of that. That's the first thing he said. Like, excuse me, sir. Given the fact that it's already done, grace and mercy doesn't care about what you deserve. It just simply cares about what I want to give you. And I simply want to give it to you because I love you. Man, don't get me started. So yeah, children, moral of the story, don't get gaslighted out of a blessing. Love ya. That bit was gas, wasn't it? I'm trying to tell you, the spirit be spitting. David, we be cooking. Look, I'm gonna make it real quick, okay? I need money. Point blank simple, okay? To live, to eat, the blase. Kidneys, bread, guala, cheese, shredder. But for one of the questions that just brings my heart so much joy is how can I help your ministry? Or what can I do to help your ministry? Those of y'all that ask those questions, first off, I just want to thank you for being here. Okay? You're an esteemed guest. But also, I want to answer that question for you. Donations, man. The kid needs money. One, to live, but then also two, to get this content out. I can't do it if I'm dead of starvation. Feel me? I play too much. But anyway, anyways, like provisional wise, and we talk about financial provisional wise, you can go Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, bruh. Throw it up. Just hop in the link tree and the rest is simple. And other provisions that I'm seeking as well, help. Kingdom help. I need a team. I need a production team. So if you know you got a gift, okay, and you know you can contribute a skill, a talent, or whatever to production-wise, go ahead and fill out this form. All right, me and the team will be looking through it, etc. And if we pick you, then man, welcome aboard. If the Holy Spirit chooses you, man, welcome aboard. All right, that's it. Love y'all. See you next one.